And talking about bad endings in queer movies, he's a good example of how a bad ending doesn't have to be homophobic. Hi, this is B, and I am your BL Info content creator. Warning, there is spoilers. So about 2 months ago, I did an interview with the cast of I Saw You in My Dreams, and they mentioned the movie The Paradise of Thorn. The movie was available in Australia and New Zealand, and I have the privilege to be able to see this here in New Zealand. These movies, they're starring Jeff Satur and Angfa Waraha, talks about Tong Kam and Sik, a devoted gay couple who worked tirelessly to build a life together, including owning a house and a durian farm in Mei Hong Son. One day, Sik dies suddenly in an accident, revealing the harsh reality of same-sex marriages in Thailand, which currently not recognized until later this year. So Tongham fought really hard to fight for the assets that he and Sek built, and now that it belongs to Sek's mother under the law. And Sek's mothers moved in with her adopted daughter Mo and gardener Jing La. The story began with Sek and Tongham, and as the story unfolded, so were the tragedy, secrets and lies, and in the end, no one was better off in the harsh reality called life. Sek's mother grows cabbage for a living and lost her mobility in a cabbage harvest accident 20 years ago. Mo was adopted to help look after her with the promise of marriage by Sek. Sek was given the land by his father, and Tongham have been paying off the debt to build the house and the durian farm. Underneath the lens of smiles, Thailand are social issues that everyday Thai people have to deal with. Boss, the director, told the audience during the Thailand premiere that the film is inspired by the inequity that people in the suburban parts of Thailand go through, subjecting them to inequality and lack of access to many resources. He created the story inspired by his trip, and it is a story about social injustice and inequality in Thailand. And for some of you who actually watch BL will know director Boss, he has created a number of LGBTQ stories, including, of course, The I Story, which featured Pipi Krit, and I Chose Sunset About You. Thailand is often seen as a country that embraced LGBTQ. However, although the parliament did pass through the marriage equality bill, it is currently, as I record this, still illegal, and there are many communities who actually object to that. In the movie, you saw the devastating scenes of not only that Tongham lost all the assets he built, the memories of the land, but Sek himself, because he's not legally allowed to sign the papers for surgery, something that could have saved Sek. Tongham's tragedy was a result of the system. And there's a huge story about economic inequality in terms of how Mo, played by Engfa, thought that she could get with Sek, but left her for Tongham, and she's been in this never-ending tragedy of looking after the mother who really just took advantage of her as a maid, and she was never promised anything, and have never had a better life. The movie also highlighted some of the difficulties that farmers face in Thailand, and in the movie they had this ritual that trying to bring more water and rain into the area for their farm, and it's kind of mimic an incident in Champun where 20 durian farmers actually worn traditional outfits and makeup and praying for to the god for rain. And this has been an ongoing problem with climate change, drought, flooding, which have a huge impact on the farmers in Thailand. Going back to the topic of LGBTQ, this movie highlighted how the system have an impact on the queer community. Not being able to sign the paper at the hospital so that Tongkham can save the love of his life, but also losing access to all the financial support, the assets that he built, because simply he's not legally recognized as a partner in this relationship. The movie did give a little bit of that Brokeback Mountain aesthetic from my point of view. Things that happened on a mountain, in an isolated location, the connection between a man marriage and a queer relationship, how the system wasn't on their side and how they had to fight against it, and how director Boss portrayed the frustrations and desperations that everyday Thai people faces. And at the end of the day, no one came out better off. Tongkham has to leave the durian farm, the mountain that he built, and left everything, all his memories behind on that hill. And if you remember Brokeback Mountain, Jack actually died as well in that story. So one of those partner is gone and the other just faces the rest of their life just thinking about the relationship and what happened between them. And the movie started with Tongkham and Sik seeking blossoming durian flowers so they can cross-pollinate, and ended with Tongkham leaving the farm, drove past the blooming durian flowers. This story has a sad ending, but this sad ending is not relating to homophobia towards the characters. It is about how a homophobic system has a negative impact on the queer community. Of course, it doesn't mean that if Tongkham have access to everything, be able to sign the papers, life will be amazing. But it did highlight specifically because the system did not allow him to do the things that he wanted, the tragedy became the focus of the story, and it how started this whole story. Sek perhaps wouldn't have died if the system allowed Tongkham to sign the papers. If there's an opportunity for you to see the movie, please do. It's amazing. We know Boss's work. The cinematography is amazing, but the storyline is so well done and definitely makes you cry. Now, there's a bit of a warning. If blood isn't your thing, you might want to skip that though. And here's my little spiel about Paradise of Thorn, and thank you for listening. I'll catch you again next time.